related to a different process. Now let's look at consolidation. Here we have a normal lung, nice and black with the vessels and the airways easily seen. And over here we have a lung with diffuse consolidation. This is a person with ARDS, or acute respiratory distress syndrome, and that consolidation is complete alveolar filling. That's why it looks more dense than the ground glass opacities, and you also start to see the airways within the opacities as air bronchograms, and you no longer see distinct vessels within the area of consolidation. And that is sort of a graphical representation of complete alveolar filling or consolidation. This is the ground glass opacity compared to consolidation. Notice you can see the vessels within the ground glass opacities, and we don't have air bronchograms. All right, so let's get to some cases of COVID-19. Here we have a case care of Adam Bernheim at Mount Sinai showing early ground glass opacities. These are small, ill-defined ground glass opacities with a rounded configuration. Here we have a patient presenting with fever and respiratory symptoms who had a flu negative and traditional viral panel negative PCR and is therefore under investigation for COVID-19 infection. And we can see these ill-defined ground glass opacities with a rounded morphology in the periphery of the left upper lobe. In addition to traditional ground glass opacities with a rounded morphology, at times people are reporting with COVID-19 and other viral pneumonias a more dense, round opacity. This is progressing from ground glass opacification really to more of a focal consolidation. You can see it remains peripheral and poorly defined. This is another patient under investigation, and in this case we can see these ground glass opacities in the periphery of the lung, which are starting to become confluent. So you could imagine that maybe there were 2 or 3 nodules here, and now those nodules have increased in size, creating a confluent peripheral ground glass opacity. When you see the ground glass opacities with superimposed consolidation, you can see here in a patient under investigation an area of peripheral ground glass opacification with a more focal area of consolidation superimposed on the ground glass opacification. This is a case of confirmed COVID-19 where the patient has this peripheral area of consolidation, although there do remain some areas of ground glass opacification within the more consolidative airspace opacities. In more progressed or severe cases of COVID-19, you may see diffuse ground glass opacification with areas of consolidation. So in this case, the process is still predominantly peripheral. It's ground glass predominant diffuse lung disease with areas of developing consolidation. This is another case of severe COVID pneumonia, and in this case we start to see more of that architectural distortion. So it almost looks like the lung is tethered or being pulled, and we start to see these more linear opacities in addition to the areas of consolidation and ground glass opacification. Another finding that's being reported is bronchiolar dilation in the region of pulmonary abnormality. So we have these areas of ground glass opacity that are peripheral and starting to have superimposed consolidation, And notice the bronchi within these regions